The Montgomery County Master Gardeners Program is a volunteer organization run through the University of Maryland Extension. It educates county residents on safe, effective horticultural practices, and one way is through free plant clinics.
We're at 14 locations around the county, 15 days a week. We're in libraries, we're in farmers markets, we're at Brookside Gardens, and sometimes we're at our Grow It Eat It events or special fairs that we have for education purposes.
I am a master gardener with Montgomery County. I am also the coordinator of this particular plant clinic at the Alney Farmers Market. As Sue mentioned, we're only one of several clinics across the county.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. I have a couple of questions.
Great.
I brought in some samples.
Oh, we love samples.
Okay, so this one is a hosta, I believe.
Yep, it is
And
hosta.
it's got holes in it, and about 3 weeks ago I came out to my garden and it was completely leveled, about 2 feet off the ground. I do have a 3-foot fence around my garden, so I was like, who did this?
I believe the holes are probably slug damage. Slugs love hosta, and it's been very wet, and the slugs come out when it's wet. So I would say the slugs did the holes. That would
So
be
as
my
far
guess.
as
My
the
guess on
slugs,
this.
What do I do to
You
stop them from coming?
I like beer traps. You just put a very shallow, the little containers you use for your lean cuisine or whatever, your microwave food. Clean them out and then pour beer in there and just put it strategically in your garden. They crawl right into it and they drown. They love beer.
Okay.
I think that's the easiest thing to do.
I like that
yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use beer traps. I use
They
beer
go
traps a
out
lot.
happy, I
yes,
guess, huh?
yes.
Okay, good.
And as far as mowing down the plants, I would guess that's probably deer damage. Deer love hosta. We call it deer candy. And as far as your 3-foot fence, they can easily jump a 3-foot fence. Actually, you kind of led me into what one of our most common questions is, which is, what do I do about deer? And the first thing we say is get a good fence. And 3 feet is not a sufficient height for preventing deer from getting into your garden. We usually say 6 to 8 feet.
I have a lot of this growing in my yard, and it's sort of invasive in my garden, but it has these really pretty purple berries. I'm not sure what it is and if you can eat it or...
Yeah, no, this is a pokeweed, which is a native plant, but it is very invasive. I don't think people should eat it.
Okay.
The berries do attract insects such as butterflies and wildlife. What to do about it if it's growing in the wrong area would be to dig it up, although that's difficult because it has a very long taproot, so you've got to dig a lot.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Okay, great. We get a lot of questions about tomatoes. Often, why are they dying when you plant them too early? A lot of the nurseries come out in early April, and you really shouldn't plant tomatoes outside until about Mother's Day as the rule of thumb. We have a lot of questions about what's wrong with my tomato, and the 3 common diseases that we see are called early blight, late blight, and blossom end rot. And the early and late blight are caused by a fungus, and the blossom end rot is often a result of calcium deficiency in the soil.
Well, a very common question is what the public brings to us is about invasives and weeds. For instance, we get a lot of questions on stilt grass, which is a weed, and then also an invasive. And actually, we do have a very good information sheet which then shows some of the Montgomery County invasives, and actually here is one about stilt grass, which is kind of a bamboo-like grass, but it's much finer. We also have another very good little educational book, if you want to say, it's Common Garden Weeds. This is a very good book, Weeds of the Northeast. And we answer questions and we can then give them advice as to how to get rid of them. Some of them are good to be dug up. That's where you are sure that you don't have in your garden anymore, or use some kind of weed killer, which we promote organic ones and not the commercial ones, and which contain a lot of chemicals.
Google Images is a really good place to look, because then you can look through all the pictures of what you think your flower is supposed to look like.
And he said that does well in a pot.
We get lots of questions about lawns. People are very fond of their lawns. They don't want weeds in them. They want to know when to fertilize. They want to know how to make repairs to patches that go dead and brown. So you can always count on lawn questions. Biggest ones: when do I seed? How do I do it? What time of year is best? When do I fertilize? What kinds of grasses should I use? So it's a whole gamut of things. And what we try to do is take them through a very basic scenario. This is what you do when, this is what you do next, this is what your next decision is, to give them some idea of what the whole progress is, what the process is, and what they should do with it.
This is one of the second most common things that we get here is questions about what this plant is, or plant ID. And one of the things we tell people is you need to bring, if you can, I know it's not always possible, but bring a stem cutting, at least this much, if possible, and if possible, a flower on the stem. It really helps us to aid in the plant or the weed ID, because we can see the pattern of the leaves on the stem. If the leaves are like this, they're opposite on the stem. If they're like that on the stem, they're alternate, and it really helps in weed or plant ID. Just seeing the leaf by itself makes it a lot harder.
Ornamental grass that's gone feral in
Has it really?
lots and lots of places, yeah. I'm guessing that's a miscanthus, which is a pretty common grass that's invasive. Then you got asters and goldenrod and hydrangea and celosia and gomphrena. It's a nice little, that could almost be everlasting if you dried it, except for the marigolds.
Except for the marigolds,
Yep.
yeah. Okay,
Yep,
great.
that's pretty, yeah, always bring us stuff to look at, because then we can make a better idea of what you got.
Sure, great.
You have to be a trained master gardener, which means going through our 5-week session that was held the end of January and February, and anybody can sign up for it. We have a lot of retired people because the training is during the day, but the training is really a lot of fun.
Well, this is my first year as a master gardener, so I went through the training last winter. And I just retired. I've done home gardening, home vegetable gardening for about 20 years, and just kind of muddled along like I guess most of us do, and wanted to instill some science and some understanding behind what I'm doing. And I found it very both educational, and the camaraderie of the other master gardeners is very nice.
I love the fact that you can talk to people and give them answers to questions that they have about gardening. I've done gardening all my life, so I have some background and information, and the idea that I get to share it with the general public is really gratifying, and it's a help to them, I hope.
What I really love about it, the learning, and then also what I learned I can give to other people as far as knowledge, as far as treatment of plants. And I also enjoy going to their monthly meetings where you can meet your colleagues. And also we have a lecture once a month of a certain topic, which is also a good learning experience. It has been great experience.
Last year, the Master Gardeners held 346 plant clinic sessions and served 5,700 people. Here's the contact information for the clinics. Phone and email questions can be answered as well. Want to become a Master Gardener? Go to the Extension website for more information.